Oh. So the first step of getting to this wave wasn't so easy. Basically you have to paddle out over this reef that's so shallow. Your hands are like touching the coral as you paddle. Look at this. All part of the fun of surfing empty waves. Oh, shit! Welcome to another update from Elixir's voyage around the world. My name's Max, and after leaving the UK 4 years ago on board Elixir, a 1970s Swan 37, I'm very close to reaching the halfway point of this circumnavigation. We have just left the friendly island of Nuiatoputapou in the Kingdom of Tonga with 3 French castaways who we found stuck on the island with no way of escaping. Obviously, I wasn't going to leave them there, so the Elixir crew had increased from 2 to 5. And we were on our way to the Vava'u Group, a scattering of low-lying islands 180 miles to the south. We're on a mission to get these 3 Frenchies onto a ferry so they could finally make it home, but as we were in the South Pacific, we took a small detour and managed to find some empty waves along the way. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Join the Patreon for more content and to be the first to have the opportunity to sail on board Elixir. The goal of this journey is to share the sailing lifestyle with as many people as possible, and so far over 50 different people have joined along the way.
Okay, I have a very important question.
What is your question?
Would you rather eat a baby goat or a madder baby?
Or
a madder baby.
what is a mother baby? Oh, what is...
I thought you knew what you did. You said it's so good.
Did you get it? No.
So Bruno,
What?
I have a very important question for you.
I'm so much into it.
Would you rather eat a baby goat or a madder baby?
A mother baby? Well, I don't get it.
Never said
Which
again.
one would you rather eat?
No.
Which one would you rather eat?
Well, I have no problem with the baby goat.
Oh, really?
No?
Wow.
Why?
You wouldn't want to eat a matter baby?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to eat a madder baby?
A matter baby?
Yeah.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Un problème? Tu mets is a problem. What is it?
What?
I don't get it.
What?
What is a matter baby? J'ai rien compris. Traduis-moi, toi. What's the matter, baby?
Nothing, baby. What's the matter with you? After almost 2 weeks stormed into the little island of Nuiatoputapou, it felt so good to be tearing across the open ocean again. The 180-mile sail to Vava'u took a little over a day, a short hop compared to the long passages we'd been making recently. 3 crew is the perfect number for Elixir. 4 is a squeeze, and 5, well, that is definitely pushing it, but we decided to make an exception for shipwrecked castaways. Fortunately, the weather was fair and the wind was on the beam the whole way. The low-lying islands of Vava'u grew out of the horizon, blocking the swell and opening up into an almost fjord-like maze of deep channels and pristine bays. We could see humpbacks breaching in the distance and a seemingly endless amount of small islands. It was immediately obvious that this was a sailing paradise.
See the village?
Oh yeah, how was that sail for you?
Oh my god, we're unchained. I like it. Actually, I got a bit sick, but I was so astonished when I arrived here. Look at that, man. Perfection, huh?
That was a totally different experience of the first sailing experience.
Sure.
Totally love it. Thank you so much, Max.
How do you think it goes with a couple of sails? actually. First time I see that.
The first time you see Le Grand Voile?
Yeah, totally.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So after a little over 24 hours, we made it to the Vava'u Group. And I'm not sure what I was expecting these islands to look like, but it wasn't like this. Basically, there's just countless scattered, low-lying, like corally, rocky islands all over the place. And it's really nice to sail in between them because there's consistent wind and like completely flat seas. It looks like a bit of a sailing paradise, I'm not gonna lie. What do you think?
I agree. And I think there's gonna be really, whoa, it's a butterfly. That's a good sign. And I think there's probably really good diving. I'm excited. And I can't wait to surf.
Ahoy! We are! Insane!
It is insane.
Insane.
Gosh, dives are pretty bad.
That was good. That's great.
You thought I was fit, huh?
I want to see a dive.
Dive or like crazy freaking jump, like yeah! Oh my gosh!
It's always exciting making landfall in a new island group, and straight away there was something special about Vava'u. The water clarity was immaculate, the marine life looked good, and it seemed like there was an almost endless amount of anchorages contained inside the 12-mile island group. Let's go say hi to Nemo. Here we have Maddie in her element. We just arrived in the Vava'u Group in Tonga, and it looks like there's a little wave in this direction, so we're going to go and check it out. Since there's two frothers on the boat now, we have frother number 1 and frother number 2 over there. Allez! So we're at the spot. How does it look?
Yeah, kind of small, but we'll enjoy, I'm sure.
Yeah. Humping, you mean? Look at that! Whoa! Got some nice reef here. If I didn't have these two extremely avid surfers on board, I probably would have given this session a miss. Bruno is an adrenaline junkie from the French Alps. He's a professional skier, and he spends his winters flying down the mountains and his summers flying down the face of waves. Maddie is a San Diego Calibro, and as long as there's at least a knee-high wave, she'll be in the water too. Having the two of them together meant that if there was any wave breaking within a 10-mile radius, somehow we'd have to get there to surf it. Although I'm not quite on their level of stoke, I do love surfing, and it was fun to go on these little missions to see what we could find. We had no idea whether these were known spots or not. We just used the binoculars and the drone, spotted things that looked like surfable waves, and then set out in the dinghy. I'm not gonna lie, this one was a little on the shallow side, and it was difficult to duck dive without pushing your board into the reef. There wasn't really much swell around, however, it was meant to pick up through the night, and tomorrow was looking really good.
How was it? Finally we get to surf. I'm almost excited.
How does it look?
Oh, it looks hollow.
So we've just taken Pippi over to what looks like a wave, and out there it looks like we can see a perfect left-hander. It looks perfect from here. We're gonna go and investigate. Yeah.
Or far from good. We don't know.
Maddie's the first in.
Check it out.
Just gonna go send it.
You're in the barrel, my
Please
friend.
don't let barrel. We brought the dinghy as close to the wave as we could, but we couldn't find any pass through the reef. We had to first figure out how we could get over it before we could get close enough to the wave to decide whether it was surfable or not. So the first step of getting to this wave wasn't so easy. Basically, you have to paddle out over this reef that's so shallow. Your hands are like touching the coral as you paddle. Look at this. Hopefully on the way back in. As you can see, even the small waves just break on nothing. You can see Pippi in there. So basically, we're gonna have to find our way in over the reef somehow. All part of the fun of surfing empty waves. Look at this. It's gonna be fun getting in. Surfing has become a very popular sport, and it's rare to have a wave entirely to yourself. Every surfer knows the struggle of a crowded lineup, and getting in at a spot like this with only your friends in the water has always been a dream of mine. Getting on board a boat and sailing to a remote island in the middle of the ocean is pretty much the only way you can do it. The spot turned out to be a hollow, slightly sketchy, but very much surfable left-hander. It was beautiful and terrifying at the same time, mainly because it broke over an extremely shallow and razor-sharp patch of coral reef. We had to be very careful, as it wouldn't take much to get dragged over the reef, and we were very far away from anyone who could help.
I'm living the dream of a lifetime. Woo!
Putain.
Putain de bordel de merde.
Oh, shit.
Putain!
The wave moves quickly from very deep water to very shallow water, which is what gives it its tubular shape. I grew up surfing in the UK, where the best waves are in winter and the water temperature is around 9 degrees. This was a whole new experience for me. Perfect waves breaking in crystal clear water, absolutely no crowds, and this exact experience was pretty much what I'd been dreaming of ever since I started restoring Elixir back in the UK almost 4 years ago. So, out of the spot, it's quite shallow, but there are some fun waves coming through, like this one. Oh, good. How did that go?
Come back.
Putain! Ça va? Okay, so we're on our way back in now after an epic session at this really remote left-hand reef cast. Everyone had some good waves, and now we've got to find our way in over this dry reef. There's Maddie. There's Bruno. So as you can see, the tide has gone out quite a lot, and to get back to Pippi, you can see over there, we have to carefully walk over this like almost dry reef. Carefully trying to stand on only the dead bits of coral, no live coral, which is difficult as you can see there's a lot of coral. We'll get there. It's not actually that bad, you just have to stand on the bits of flat rock in between the coral. But look, there's a sea cucumber. Look at this guy. There's Maddie over there.
That's too gnarly, bro. No, I was just walking in on the reef, and well, as I was coming in, actually, I could get like up onto the ledge. I was like tried to get up. I went out there.
Still here, right?
Yeah. Sing.
Oh sole mio.
How do you say we out here in French? How do you say we out here in French?
On y est.
On y est.
On y est.
Ah ça y est, on y est.
On y est. C'est bon. Oh my god.
Hold my feet.
Please be careful. Oh god.
There's a huge one over there.
Whoa. Is it? Or is that far?
It's got a little remora fish on it. This was our last day with the 3 French castaways. In the morning, we would drop them off in Nuiatoputapou, the capital of Vava'u, where after weeks and weeks of being stuck, they could finally get on a ferry and continue their travels. It's wild to think of the experience that they've had. Getting dismasted in the middle of the Pacific on their first experience of sailing, barely managing to make it into a tiny Tongan island before getting kicked off the boat by the captain, who then motored away without them. After weeks on that little island, we came along. Obviously, there was no way that we were going to leave them there, and we ended up bringing them along on this little adventure with us. This is one of my favorite things about this lifestyle, sharing these adventures and these incredibly remote destinations with other people. I'd only known Bruno, Fanny and Jules for less than 2 weeks, but I felt like we had been through so much together, and I knew that we would be friends forever. Thanks for watching another update from this voyage around the world. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment and let me know what you thought of this episode. Join the Patreon for crewing opportunities on board Elixir, as well as to have access to more exclusive content like my monthly newsletter, the Elixir Express. Check out our online store for untied t-shirts, and in the next video we're going to be spending more time in Vava'u surfing and also ticking off something which has been on my bucket list for a long time. Thanks again for following the journey, and I will see you in the next video.